Good morning, folks, and welcome back. Today, we are going to be continuing working on the industrial sort of warehouse transport level of the space elevator that we started on Friday. So, this is where we got to Friday. Turn the color on so we can kind of see it real quick from a top down, anyway. This is where we're at so far. And then when we turn the roof on, we get that. So, this is our space. Kind of very liminal right now. A lot of sameness to it that we need to kind of work on. But still a pretty good start. I'm kind of pleased. I think we got a nice base to work from here. We're just going to spend the next while just making it kind of tighter, for lack of a better word, and have a little bit more personality to it. I'm going to go back to our unshaded mode. And do I have a person? I can't remember if I got a dude in here or not. Human gen. I do. Or did I delete them? Oh, there they are. Raphael. Where are you at, Raphael? Come be a Ninja Turtle for me. Bring that over to here. I just want to get him to scale some stuff for human near these doors. So these doors, as you can see, are massive. But I think that we do all right. Hey, Void Scan. Hey, Mew. We're going to just set up a control panel over here on this wall for the door. Let's just bring him over so we can kind of see where he's going to be. And we'll probably put it into this panel here, I think. And I think kit ops would be a good way to do it. We want, where are we? Controls. And I think we'll just use our sort of defaultish screen, put it on this, add insert here, scale it down. Up to like there-ish, right? We can take it in a little bit more if we want to. I think that's pretty cool. That's looking all right to me. All right, birthday cards are awesome. That's cool. Cool. So let's, and I guess we don't need to apply it just yet, but I think we will. I don't have one on both doors. Do I want one on both doors? I kind of do. Well, we'll figure that out in a minute. Okay, so this one, let's, it does have the mirror though. Cool, so we do that. Now it should cut that hole into both, I think. Yes. Yeah, apply this one anyway. Let's see, they create the hole on that side or on the other side, probably over there. Well, that's fine. We can come here and grab this thing. And I'm just going to select all in this monitor and object, convert to mesh just to apply all of its things, and then join it together. Well, let's then delete this, select everything remaining, join them together, and then join that to this. All right, where'd it go? Oh, let's take our mirror and flip it. No, okay. Let's take our wall. Oh, I lost the hole then. Although I don't mind not having the hole, that's fine. Apply this mirror. Now we'll just take this and join it together. Come on. There we go. Now we can object, set origin to center of mass volume. Yeah, and then we'll mirror it again. Yeah, now we have want to run this side as well. Now let's just make sure it looks right. 3/4 still awake is better than nothing. Yeah, that one looks okay. I think now that I see that, I'm going to move it a little bit. That's fine. I want select, select, select. That should get all that. And then GX there, just so it's off that kind of that line that was in the texture and not the model. Cool. It should be right on the other side too. Yep. Right. All right. So we added our simple door control, which helped establish scale when we're just looking at this thing. Because if you don't have a person and you're looking without elements at human size, it gets really hard to see the scale. Know what you're looking at exactly. Like, how big is this door? Yeah, I don't know. But now I do. Let's take this wall. And I want to take this and this. Right? Okay. I want to subdivide them. Make it a bit more square. 2. Square. Cool. Now, all those. I don't actually need all of them. So we can undo. Let's just, yeah. We want, I think it's just those outer ones. And this one. We don't actually need the bottom ones either. Let's get rid of those. There we go, because that's the sub level. Anyway, let's make some panels on those as well. Cuts 2. How do we feel about that? There's smaller cuts than the other one. If we just went with cuts 1, it would probably be, yeah, or even none. None would be close to the other one. Let's go to, there we go. At 3, it lines up with the bigger cuts on the other one, which is what we wanted. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just try a different seed. Yeah, I like having that line down there like that. So whether that's the only one, but I would definitely want that line or something like it. That looks cool. Let's do that. And I don't think I have a blue AO, do I? Or I didn't bring it across. If I do, no. I do have a white AO. I'm just going to edit that real quick. So our white AO adds an ambient occlusion to this. We'll just copy those nodes. And come back to our door. Where's my door? There we go. And this wall now in the blue panel pill, we can put that in here. Bring it up. Great. This. I think we'll allow for AO on all of them this time. That there. There. And so we'll rename it to AO. And we'll come back to layout. Now, that just puts a little bit of darkness into those cracks. You can see it like it's darker there with next to things. So just helps them stand out a little bit more. That's looking cool to me. And yeah. Yeah. Okay, so if we're thinking about this space, kind of, you're going to have your loading trucks come in here. Might actually get rid of these columns too on that, because I feel like make that whole area open might be better. Let's see. And yeah, those have all been applied now, so that's easy, right? Let's go L, yeah. vertices. Cool. So now that whole area is open. We got columns starting just past where you would drive a loading vehicle into here and here. And then this whole area could be full of stuff. But now we don't have pillars in the way of our trucks. Yep. Like it. Working for me. And I think I'm just going to do something here real quick on this wall. Yeah. No, I want... Oh, no, I want this one. Yes, tab. I'm just going to delete those faces because they've been covered up with the other one and now they're not duplicating. Cool. Visually won't change anything. I'll just make my life easier. All right. So I think we also need some kind of like a depot office, you know, for manifests and that kind of stuff, your guards, all that vibe. And maybe we'll put that over here. So let's actually look at this. And this panel actually is going to work well for us for that. So we can do an EGY. Perfect. I think we'll move it out 8. Cool. But I do want it to be kind of flat. So let's come to here. 1, Shift S2. Great. Set this to 3 cursor. Or, yep. SY0. Straighten it out. So now we have like an outgrowth of that space. And I want to actually separate in its own object. Material-wise, it's probably going to look a little bit stretched right now. Let's see. Yeah, it does. Because we just pulled it out of the other one. It's just white fill AO though, so that's fine. AU cube project. Cube size of 2. Great, that should make it better. Now, this gives us the opportunity to do some different materials on it as well. Let's go with unassigned white. Let's see what this one looks like. Kind of neat, but the scale is off on it. Of course, after I set it that way. Let's just check a couple out. That was just kind of boring. That one's very boring. That's our floor one that we use. We won't use that one. No, I think we'll go with this one. We'll just change the scale on it. Just make it so the whole wall is just that one height, so it's only going up 1. And we'll kind of line it up pretty close. That should be good, right? Let's see. Yeah, there we go. That's doing okay. Still freaking huge. But fine. And then we can just give it a door. And we'll go with the same sort of style of door. So we'll go back to where we pulled that other one from, which was in Kitbash 3D Future War. And find another doorway. Let's see. Door. But just a single door this time, not like a weird double door. This is kind of a fun one. Loading, loading, loading. Spin up that hard drive. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Bad boy. Just gonna Alt-P, clear parent, keep transformation. Cool. Delete that. Now this. Where's our door? Why is it so big out there? Tab. Let's just put it to like here. Or actually here. 2, Shift S2, tab. Object, set origin to 3D cursor. Great. RY 90, minus 90. Okay. Cool. I'll just get it set up. I don't super care where we put it. Let's keep it like there underneath that vent. Seems cool. Good deal. I mean, see, it's a little bit off the model right now, so we'll just fix it. I like it sticking out that far, I think. Just gonna have to edit a few things. Tab. So the first thing we'll edit is 2, select that, and edge, bridge our edge loops. Great. So that just fills in that space. And then here, is it curve? No, it's just, okay. This and this, E, extrude them out, and edge, bridge that edge loop. Come back, now we filled it all in. I like the little overhang, I think it's fun. We are going to need to change the materials on it. Let's jump on that. Kind of at that stage now where it's don't do a lot of modeling without changing materials sort of at the same time. This is light gray. Let's change it to white trim. D, no. B. B's kind of neat. Let's do B. Select U, cube project. Let's see if we can change it around to B. Yeah, I don't care if it lines up perfectly. That actually looks pretty good. I'm into that. I like it. Our door doesn't necessarily have to be the same color as anything anymore, but right now it's worn green. Let's go with blue AO. Yeah, sure. It kind of fits into our space a little better. I like it. And to help it integrate even more, let's just do a few. Create cable. Cables are great for this. One to here and here. And shrink it down just a little bit. Cool. Keep it. Alt-D, GZ. Yeah. 5. Alt-D. Oh, come on. Duplicate it already. There we go. 3. Cool. Let's join them together and mirror them on this. Yep. Cool. Oh, it's not exactly centered, is it? Okay, screw it. Tab 3. Shift S2. Object, set origin to 3D cursor. Now this, Alt X. Pivot on active origin. Yep. Mirror. There we go. Mirrored. Save. And these. Let's make just, I could try a couple different colors, but I think just rubber maybe. Do I have a rubber? Metal rusty. That's probably gonna be too much. Well, maybe not. No, it's all right actually. Looks pretty good. Cool. So that's just like, oh yeah, look, it's part of that model, even though it's absolutely not. Cool. And what if came in here on this thing, and I want to add an edge loop kind of right down the center of that line there, and bevel it so it's bigger. Great. And then here, I'm gonna add a cut. I'm just using the textures to line up kind of what we're doing roughly. I'm not gonna like freak out about it, but you know, I'm gonna use that there. Cool. We have this face here now. And let's Control Shift bevel. Like that. Cool. Then we have this curved. We're going to extrude it out a little bit. Inset it in just a little. Extrude it back in a little bit. Cool. We're going to give it a like a screen texture, basically. Black display. Sure. So it's not a turned on screen, but a screen. Oh, come on. Not the whole thing. Plus a sign. There we go. Now do it. Great. And come back in and plus, deselect the screen, add a new one, and we can also go with, again, that rusty metal. So like now there's like a, you know, incoming load, blah, 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 screen on the wall. Kind of fun. We're just looking for things that will help us give your eye points of interest and something to be like, I know what that does. Cool. I think that's helpful. Here on the top, just going to edit this building. W subdivide twice, I think. Yes. And then we're going to select these faces, a couple of, or these edges rather, a couple of these edges, not all of that. Q circle. Grab some pipes going up. Okay. Just so that when we turn our roof back on now. Oh, it goes up into that. Yeah, that's fine. Do I want it? Maybe I don't. Yeah, we won't do that way. Undo. Forgot about the roof lights. Bad Seth. But we will extrude them up a little bit, I think. So I have something like that. That'd be kind of cool. And plus a sign. Great. And then over here, let's grab these two, Q, circle, shrink them down. On those, we'll take all the way up to the roof and make them also that. Cool. Yeah. So now it just has some like, oh, again, points of interest, stuff to see. Going across. That works. I like it. Maybe on this thing, we want to just edit it here real quick and tab and grab our floor and just make sure that it cuts through the floor of our build. There we go. Sets our floor up better. We have this kind of neat space in here that we can just fill with stuff if we want to. which is always a good idea. Maybe let's put some stuff there right now real quick. Just going to grab this palette. I want to move it while I'm thinking about it. New collection. I'm going to say set deck. This is just for stuff that's floating inside. This is going to go to this and move new collection office. Cool. Good. Good. Let's see. Let's move that. Let's turn off our roof again. Okay, and we can just move this now so it lines, yeah, pretty close up to that wall. Can we get enough room for 2? Yeah, basically. Yep, absolutely. Can we get 3 in? Come out a little bit. Just line it. Cool. Yes, I actually could line the door with the black line on the floor if we wanted to. It mean like if I were to take which door? This door? Oh, line it up? Yeah, we absolutely could do that. Would make sense. I was trying to decide. Well, it's hard to say because like right now it cuts through the panel well. But let's just move it over. See which we like better. Yeah, let's do that. Good call. Yep. I had lined it up with this little great thing, but I think better. This is a much better call. Yep. Cool. He's done. And we got our little thing sitting there. We can start just dumping a bunch of stuff in here. I could turn off this, but as soon as I do that, I'm going to stick something through a support pillar. So we'll leave it on for right now. Let's see. I'm going to go just grab some toys basically to fill this up with. This is kind of the neat part. It's like when you used to play G.I. Joes or Transformers. Now you get the base. Now you just fill it up with the toys. Like, okay. And then for me, try to make some stuff on top of that so that you don't just use someone else's toys because you're kind of trying to apply your own thing to it. But I think this will be good. This is kind of a super cool one. Not very big. We might make it bigger. Let's see. It's just this cool, collection of stuff. We don't want to write it from our door, but we can bring it over to. It's also interesting because we decided to go the octagon. Like it's not gonna line up with the walls, which we're kind of used to seeing things do. But we could, let's say, bring it to here, line up to that, and bring it forward and line it up to that, and then over here. And some of those just now. So sitting in this space. Animal livestock. I mean, we could. The problem is alien livestock. Well, that would still be animals, I suppose. I'd have to have models for all of them, which is not undoable, but I don't currently have a bunch of cool looking aliens made up. I also feel like I'm trying to think of the space, the world that this is attached to. This is going to that sort of colony world that's offloading gas, and not that this would be the gas because that's in the main chamber of this whole thing, but there's just what the industries are and what people would be transporting. But those are fun. I'm into that. And I also kind of just want to say how full we want to make this space. Like just because it's huge doesn't mean it has to be occupied all the time. Much like the passenger area was pretty empty mostly. This area could be mostly empty. We just need it busy enough that it looks interesting. So it's just lots of looking around, you know. And we have the cyberpunk one. We do have some vehicles, which could be fun just to throw in here, even though we sort of established mostly hover vehicles on the world, at least so far. But, you know, I don't care super much about that. But what if we put like this truck here? Heavy machinery, exactly. Heavy machinery, vehicles, foodstuffs potentially, which would just be lots of crates, just kind of whatever interesting thing we can find to put in here. Without looking at it to go look for reference, I'm kind of visualizing the dock level on the Sulaco from Aliens. That's kind of what I'm like, oh, what would this be like? See, there's a small truck. See how huge these doors are. Like, that's a truck in reference to these doors, but I think that's kind of fun. So, like, literally, these passenger vehicles or these local vehicles are just tiny in comparison. And I like that. I'm into it. So we could just set up maybe this door here. It's like a ferry. So RZ90. Maybe back them up or back or out. RZ180. Yeah. And line it to like here. That's still in our door? Yes, it is. So each one's almost a lane, which is kind of perfect. I love when you can use the textures to kind of help your storytelling. Like this texture is just completely random, but I'm going to use it. And let's just array the thing. Or is it its own object? Yes, absolutely. No, it's a, I see. Each car is not necessarily its own object because the lights are on. But do I care about the lights? I could just actually like them better when they're off. Let's get rid of the lights. Cool. And then now they're not lit up particularly. Now it's just one object, right? I'm going to move it. New collection, vehicles. I can get rid of that now. These barrels should go to set deck. It's so easy to get things out of order. But this bad boy again, Q, array. Let's just line it up. Maybe 7. Still fits in our door. Well, 6 would be better to fit in our door. I think 7 works, but we'll just take it to 6. And then we can add another array. Change it from a Y offset to an X offset. Other direction. Let's not make it 6 too. Let's go 3 or just 2 for right now. -8. Let's see, is that too much? -8 looks actually about right. Maybe a little less. I kind of like that it lines up around that, like that too. You take a little more, and we'll line it straight to that thing. -10. Too far. -9. Yep. Cool. And we could do 3. I think it will line up to the next one pretty close to perfectly. Yeah. Maybe just about right. Let's give it a little more 9. -9.2. That seems perfect. So now we have sort of this bank of trucks just parked and ready to leave this space. And I think that that works pretty well. Let's just make sure they're touching the ground. They were. Okay. And I want to leave lots of blank space as well because I want it to feel kind of empty, but not totally empty. So we're just backing and forthing around with what does that mean exactly. I think let's go back to industrial zone. I thought I had a forklift. Mad crazy forklift. Let's see how we feel about it. It might not exactly fit our vibe, but it might work. It's certainly big, which I love. It's a big fuck off forklift. I think we'll keep it. We like it. And where do we want to put it? In front of the door, back somewhere. Kind of put it in the middle, I think, here, like this. And I love that it can literally just lift any of these trucks by itself. It's just huge. This truck's maybe feel a little small. Let's see. They're small trucks for sure, but no, a person could fit in that. They're like K cars in Japan, but certainly that is car sized enough to be acceptable. Yeah, we're all right with that. They can be teeny. But then it's kind of a nice contrast to that, to this, again, big fuck off forklift too. Yeah, let's bring it back a bit. Cool. Yeah, it's right in the center of that little panel. Cool. Nice. And we can really just keep going to make this as cluttered as we want to. So we'll just keep adding stuff for a bit, see what happens. I want to add street assets. And I want that. Let's see. Okay. Oh, yeah. We need this here. Maybe we change the materials on it. I don't like it necessarily so dark. What color is it? If I get a chance. No, I think it might be built in. It may have to be that dark. We can adjust it. Let's see. Shading. Let's take a look. See what options it gives us. Oh, value is way down, maybe. Let's see. Value of 1. Oh, that brings it up a lot. That's better. Maybe even value of 2. Grimy, but better. Let's see how we feel about it sitting in our space. It might be a little grimy for what we're doing. But no, not bad. I think I can live with that. That works for me. And then let's see. I want to try this piece. Okay. I don't want to scale it up. I want to bring it. Here's what we're going to do. Alt-G, bring it back to the center. Now, I want to make it in a circle, but we'll see how this goes. Q, we're actually going to use the new array, not the one that built the hard ops, but the actual kind of good one. Weighted normals, these are fine. Yep. Add a modifier, array. We want to go with circle. We want 12. And we want a radius of 60. No, it's too much. Half that. 30. No. Okay, come in. And we're going to just we have to edit it. Tab A RZ. Other direction. Minus 360 divided by 20. Right? 18. Yeah. It doesn't quite line up. Undo. First thing, let's take it. Shift S1. Great. This thing. Object set origin to 3D cursor. Object set origin geometry to origin. That should line it up right down the center. That is better. Yes. Okay. Now we want to rotate it 10 degrees. No. What do we want to rotate it? There are 12 of them, right? Okay. Yes. All right. 360 divided by 24, right? 360 divided by 24. No. Undo. Come on, I can do math. Oh no, we want the other way. I mean, that looks good enough for concept art, for sure. Increase our radius. It lines up with our wall. That. Now, I want to scale it. Let's see, is it count? It's fine. But if I scale it, it's going to change the damn thing, right? Let's see. Maybe a little bit. That's and radius. Oh, okay. 7. Local. Come on. GX. Whee. Oh, yeah, there you go. That's better. Kind of like that, just going all the way around. How do we feel about that? I think we like it. Entertainingly, it goes behind the door, so we don't even have to stress about that part too much. Although I think we're going to. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Michael. I'm glad you got my back. Don't I have a cutter anymore? No, I don't. Okay, so let's come here and shift. We're in. Come out about Shift A, mesh, cube, GY, right? Scale. Great. Cut it out of that. Both of those I want at the end, not the start. Doesn't matter, but just move this one up. Move this one up. Right? No. Undo. Weird that the bevel is doing something. What did I change? Undo history. Oh, I aligned rotation again somehow by accident. Don't want to do that. There we go. Okay. Now I can move this. Move these two to the top. So it's only doing them once instead of 12 times. Great. It's great to see. How are we feeling about being lined up? We're reasonably lined up, I think. It's a little cheaty. I mean, cheaty in quotes because there is no cheating in this, but I don't necessarily like the color, but I do like the idea. So let's take the color and change it. Primarily, this thing is what? You know what? I just need to come to here. And oh, it's on. I'm going to turn this off for right now, just so we can get it to where we want. One, this is Atlas light gray panel. Let's make that white AO. Just AO. Yep, very definitely. This one, let's go white trim A, maybe, just to make it a little different. See if there's some other things on there. Sure. I don't mind that other stuff being gray. Let's take this one and make it white trim F. Oh, that covers all that. It's fine though. I'm all right with that. Let's see. That just ties it much more into our wall section than before. Turn back on those modifiers so we can see what the heck we're doing. Yeah. Yeah, that feels like it's part of that wall now. Very much so. And we can do a few things to make it even more so. I'm into this. Very into that. Do we want to modify that? Let's see. I'm going to grab just these. I could select, but I can't. I don't think I can loop select. I actually can loop select, kinda, but no. Just gonna grab them all. I think I over selected a few because I think I made a mistake. Alt hide or just shift hide. Sorry, hide those. Great. Yeah, I want to shift G, select on area. Grab the other ones too. Fine, whatever. They're slightly different sized, but I don't want to select too much more because I think there's some like small individual ones. Let's see, Control I, there. Hide those. Yeah, so we just got the bigger ones. A, cool. So that's that loop going all the way around, except in the back, which is what we wanted. Shift Q, random jeebs. We're gonna want 200 with cuts of 3. Yes, that's looking pretty good. I'm making it bigger, but that's about the right number, I think. Width. Let's go to 0.2. Offset max of 0.3. So some of them might actually come out from the wall. Some of them be tucked into the wall. Our bevel. I'm gonna make a resolution more than 1. Let's take it to like 3. So they just curve better. And we could, let's just see what it looks like if we limit the body. That makes them a little bit more clean. Yeah, I'm okay with that too. I like it. Select it. Material was white AO. Let's see if that works for us. It's not a shithole industrial place, so I'm kind of okay with it being mostly the same color. Yeah. That works. Kind of coming over to our main area. And just like, again, add some visual interest to the walls. We can take this thing here. We could add some clamps and stuff to it. Let's see. Extras, utility, flanges and couplings. No, mask custom. Just a regular flange. Caps. We could give it caps to everything. That would be maybe a bit intense. Let's see. Caps only. Radius of 0.3. Now there's loads of caps on these things. They don't all work though, because some of them come out. Just kind of the problem with the caps. I don't actually super like them. Let's F9 or delete the caps. Do it again. So the caps, let's just go with heavy flange. Only on the body. And each one has a flange, which is, again, also kind of ridiculous, but it looks cool. You don't actually see a lot of that stuff in real warehouses because you're expected to know what the fuck you're doing. So, there might be some, yeah, but you're just expected not to fuck it up. But we could put like a barricade, like a pedestrian barricade around there. That'd be fine. Like what do they call those bollards from just to keep cars or shit from driving into it. Which might not be a bad idea. They still have white paint in the future. You're right, Michael. I just saw that. Yes. Okay. Let's see what it looks like with our flanges. Yeah, those definitely work. That helps just give us just a little bit more interest. And if we're going to put some bollards around this thing, not a bad idea. I just want a ring that I can use to do that with. And we can make one pretty easily using this, I think. Yep. Cool. Not that one. that one, that one, that one, that one. Cool. Q curve extract. Now we just put a bumper down if we wanted to. Yes. Come on, I'm just impressed I knew the word, man. You know. Scale it out to there. I'm just got it wide so I can see where it's going. Not that far. Let's say, 'cause those are trucks. That's a size. Yep. Cool. It's not going to be solid like this, but although, we could do something literally like that if we wanted to. Just the bump. That actually, might be kind of neat. Let's make it a little smaller. Let's try it and see if we like it. 0.25. I do not hate that as a thing, and we can also use it for the other one as well. Okay. We want a cool column of some kind that we can use as a bollard. Do I have one I already want to use? Let's look in Keystrokes 3D, Future Slums. Yeah, no, I haven't done any coloring yet on it, but yeah, I think so. I think it's going to get our chevrons or something like that. Just looking to see if I have any barricade sort of things already made. I mean, probably not the anti-tank hedgehog. I don't think we need to use that. So let's make a new one. Okay. Gonna Shift A mesh cylinder. We're gonna make a radius of, I don't know, 15 centimeters and a height of 1.5. And I don't think we want to have 32 vertices. I think we're going to have 8. Let's just look at it. So that is a very, very simple, basic one. But let's see what we can do to it to make it a little more interesting. And like that. Cool. And we could give it lights. Let's do that. Cool. I'm into this. Material, the whole thing, I think, is going to be our blue panel fill. And then that plus the sign. Do I have an emit? Cool, but it's not actually 5, is it? No. Oh, it is. Cool. Cool light there. Let's just see. Yep. And then let's come back. Okay, so this thing, we learned we can't actually array along it when it has a geometry. So we have to duplicate it and get rid of the beveling to 0. So now it's just a straight up simple array, curve 1. Now this bollard is going to have an array modifier. It's going to be curve. I could actually just do a circle, but let's do the curve. It's fine because I do want to have the edges. So that's why that's better. So I knew there's a reason. And do that. No. Where's that other curve? Circle curve 01. Okay. Come on, caps locks. Bollard curve. Where did my bollard go? Oh, I deleted it. Didn't delete, but it's hidden now. But where did I make it? It's in a cylinder. Where did my cylinder go? Cylinder. There we go. Bollard curve. Yes. Cool. We don't need a line rotation because it's perfectly thin. And we're going to have 48. 4 per space around our space, right? Cool. Yeah. Now let's bring it up. Or why does it? Okay, fine. Where's my curve? Bollard curve. Okay. Like that. All the way around. It's kind of fun. So human could step over it, but it would be a bit of a struggle for a truck to get onto it. We could go with safety orange. Our thing is blue right now, but I don't mind safety orange. Let's check and see. I think our chevron one is a little bit grimy. I don't necessarily want it to be that grimy. But what if we take our, I don't know, this, make it blue. Oh, make it a new one. We're gonna make this one orange. And we'll just edit it. And right now it's based off this material, so that's kind of a pain, but we can fix that enough. Search. Oh, come on. Stay in my menu. RGB. Oh, fuck you. Search color. That's what it is. Yeah, inputs constant color. Great. We're going to set it to like that orange maybe. Mix them the other way. Mode is color with a factor of 1, and that should probably make them orange, I would imagine. One would think. Yep, it's now safety orange. Woohoo! I like safety orange. I think I'll leave the other ones blue. Although we could. What if we did this for all of them? Now we've got those colors. We're fine. We can come back to that. AO stands for ambient occlusion, which is a 3D term if you're not from. Basically, the closer you are to an edge, the more occluded it becomes. So it's the ambient occlusion that occurs in lighting as you get nearer to a corner. So essentially, the closer this thing is to any other shape, it gets darker, which you can see right here on the edge or right here along that. And it just helps emphasize form changes and cuts that sometimes you don't see otherwise in a 3D space. Was that helpful? Let's convert this to a mesh. And take a look at just it, tab. And I want, actually, before I do that, before I convert it, tab, W, subdivide it. Yes. 8, 12, 16. Like 16. Cool. Let's see if this will work. Convert to mesh. Yes. Great. It did. Now I want to, I'm going to try this. This is supposed to work. Selection, checker select, or checker deselect. Good. Now, Shift G, I want to then select that whole ring on those. How's the best way to do that? I know you can do it, but it's one of those like tricky combination of things that I never end up doing. Because like I know I don't want to have to go through and do that on every one. Like that. Although, might not be the end of the world, but I don't want it to have all of them. Let's see. I'm gonna try one more way. 2, Control, Shift, all that. Right. Okay, now select, check or deselect. Can I do it in edges? Yeah, now Shift G, direction. Yeah, or not directional. That works, but it's getting there. Seam? No. I want to grab that whole loop. I love it when you see it. Yeah, AO is just awesome like that. Okay, this is not letting me select them all, and I really want to. Come on. There should be a way to do a loop. Select multiple loops at the same time. I know there's a way to do this. It's not length, direction, didn't work. Faces are on an edge, no. Face angles, no. Crease, no. No. Okay, I can do this then. That works. I don't have to do it once. That's still way better. I mean, I could just grab this, but it's that way. I don't know. We're trying stuff. Let's see. Not exactly what I was thinking of doing because I've got those now. But can I check or deselect the loops? No, because it does that. Control. I can do this, which smooths out that edge, but that's fine, I guess. I don't care. That's fine. And plus assign dark panel. See if we like it. Yeah, fun. It smooths out those corners, but that may not even be a bad thing. It looks like a garter steak now, right? Or great. Great, great, great. And I think maybe we'll do something similar with this thing. I like having some blue on it, but turn off the erase and just look at it. We could come in and if we went yeah, it's very Burton-esque. Orange there. Cool. Maybe we keep the top blue and we add 5 loop cuts, bevel them. Dark panel. And then turn our array back on. How do we feel about that? Do we like it? Do we not like it? I feel like that is too many. It needs to be similar to the other one. So let's come back to just that. I'm going to say R. Come on. So I can see what the heck I'm doing. There we go. Let's do 3, no more than 3. Actually. And then this time we'll do this. Yeah. Plus assign dark panel. Let's see. How's it look? I didn't do the whole thing. Oh, because I didn't do a new. Come on. I thought I did a new panel. Plus assign. There we go. Orange panel. Turn on. Don't hate it. I think it might be a bit big. We can adjust this. Let's see. Geometry. Oh, no, I applied it, didn't I? Oh, you bastard. Well, tab A. Can we local alt S? Let's see. Yes, we can. I love it when it works. That's better. Cool. We got a nice ring going around the inside. It's easily step overable by a human being. Here's our human being, so we can prove that. Yeah. Yeah. There used to be someone who watched the stream, then she had like almost a visceral reaction anytime I didn't put a railing next to a walkway. It was pretty funny. It's like, there's a railing. Like, but okay, we'll put a railing. She was great. It was fun. Okay. Now, we still haven't put a lot of stuff in this space, but we also don't have to like show the whole space in an illustration. So we can kind of just like, yeah, this space back here, just assume it's as full as everything else is. I don't want to do sort of my old school, just put a tarp covered thing on here because this feels like it's way bigger than just a single small tarp covered thing. But we could do some pods. Here's a pod. If we just kind of use them to honestly block our view as much as anything else. Yeah. Q array. There. Cool. And let's do actually another array. Up to there. Right? Yeah, sure. And then take that whole thing and mirror it over there. And now we have a bunch of pods sort of set up that really help block our view and just sort of indicate, yeah, this thing's got stuff in it. Great. So if you look at it now, you're like, yeah, we got pods. Okay, great. There's things in here. It's full of stuff. Woohoo. And so once again, just make sure, yep, that none of them are in the middle of a pole. Nope, they're not. That one's close. It's right up next to the pole, but it's not touching. Or it is just touching it a little bit. So let's edit that second array. And make it minus. There we go. Bring it back. So it's no longer part of the pole. Cool. Good deal. Save. Materials on this are what? It's just got, what's our primary material? Camouflage? I don't really want it to be camouflaged. What does that look like? That's not really okay, you know, it kind of is. And I kind of hate it. Okay, so let's make it just a solid color. What solid color do we want to make it? We could try, if we just do blue AO just to see. All of that. Which I don't hate. Just look at one. I'm just going to turn off arrays so I can kind of just look at it. Okay. And Boolean too. Put this back on, but it does not need a subdiv. I'm just going to get rid of it. Not what I want. Dot. Come here, look. Great. That should also be panel blue. Yes. Yes, it should. That can also be panel blue, I think. Yeah. No, maybe I like that something else. That's fine. These, I don't know how I put this one. Let's see. Excuse me. Yeah, I like that better. And what if we take these and orange? Let's see what that does. Yeah, I like that orange. Maybe I'll do that to this one too. Yeah, that's better. Let's come back out. Turn our arrays and our bevels back on. Or mirrors, rather, sorry. And take a look. Yeah, those feel fun. Now we could feels like a shame to have this thing have this many this high height and not actually have a vertical array too. Did I line it up perfectly without even realizing? No, I did not. I was like, that can't be right. Array 2, it's going to have a relative offset, not a constant offset. A Z factor of 1. Maybe just a little more than 1, even if that's not physically accurate. No, 1 is fine. Wall of pods. Let's turn our ceiling back on. Okay, we're getting rid of whatever that is because I don't want it there. Ceiling back on. Yeah, man. That's feeling pretty good to me. I want to go grab something we've already made before. Gonna find us a robot. Yeah, and I don't think we're even going to try to populate the backside of this level. We're just going to accept that it's, you know, the area exists to populate if we needed to for a scene later. But for right now, if we show the door and the side stuff, it kind of shows the level well enough. And we would only populate that back area if the story needed it, essentially. Because there's no reason to just fill stuff up in a space if you can't see it all at once, past a certain point anyway. All robots are good robots. No. Where's our construction robot? Brawl robots. Let's go to our brawl robot. Okay, yeah, I had two. Which one do I like better? I don't know. Let's look at the bigger one. It's twice the size. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, I kind of like him. He's going to be our construction, our like loader robot area now for this thing. Does he have a, where are you? I don't like this pose, but let's just go into, not edit mode, pose mode, A, all R. Okay, and we're just going to get, we're just going to manually pose him, I think, this time. Because he's just kind of be standing there. He's not, I'm going to see what I rotate this out at. Go -12. And RZ12. Where'd it go? RZ -12. Okay. And RZ12. No. I'm actually going to go global on this one. RY12. RY -12. Okay. RY12. So flatten his feet back down to balance out the wider. There we did. Cool. RY. I'm just going to come down to here, see what it is. -45. Sure. RY -45. RY 45? Yes. So this is an awful way to pose a real life character because it's so stiff, but it's not a bad way to pose a robot when you kind of just want them at ease. RY -35. Why is it doing that? Okay. RY -35. Great. RY 35. Now this robot is just kind of at ease. We can use them. Object mode. Select the hierarchy. Copy. Okay. It's an absolute shit way to do real humans, though. Ceiling off. Collection. Paste. M. New collection. Robots. And where'd he go? He's right down the center. Cool. Let's bring him over here. This is going to be, as this is our human work, like space. Let's bring him to here. Where did that building go? Where'd my building go? Office. My other office go? Did I delete it by accident? Save. And we're going to go back. Undo history quite a bit. There's my office. Great. Copy objects. I think let's grab this one too. I can't remember if it was there or not. Copy objects. File. Open recent. Space elevator cargo. Do not save. And oh, was there? Good, but still. Paste. Delete the new one. Okay. Save. Now my room is back. Oh, local. Global. There. Now we'll bring him a little closer to the door. Cool. And then, because people are fun, let's bring in an industrial person as well. The only thing about this robot is I don't remember what color he is, but I don't know that I care super, super much. He's also kind of short. Let's make him bigger. There we go. Now he's bigger than our human. Unless he's camo, I don't care. Now watch him be camo. Camo, can I call it or what? Material. That's just amazing. Like, I don't care as long as he's not camo. Proceeds to make him camo. Shading. Base color. I'm gonna go with orange, just make him brighter. Amount of secondary colors, great. Painted lines, color. We're just gonna remove them. I think they're just painted lines. We're just gonna get rid of them. And yeah, there you go. That's better. That's perfect. Maybe we'll make him the same orange or roughly the same orange. Let's try. That's our guy. It's just be brighter. It's not. It's picking up the lighting. We can fix it. Fine. Upper body orange. Great. Show it to me. Yes. Cool. Search color. Just going to kind of do this in a little bit of a back-ass way, but that's fine. Grab that. Cool. Yeah, that looks right. Select the hex code. Delete this. Come back to here. Paste the hex code. Same orange. Woohoo! And I feel like this is kind of our space. I'm kind of liking it. Let's get rid of that other guy. Well, I'm going to move this dude. New collection, people, just in case I want more of them. And we have robots. Cutters can go away. This should go into set deck. This should go into walls. Both those can go away. Just cleaning up a little bit. Set deck is all that stuff. Cool. I'm going to make these also go into set deck. Okay. Raphael can disappear. We still have this whole hierarchy. Gone. And then I think this should go into vehicles. And this, the bollard, well, I don't know, walls, floor, set deck. We'll move this stuff to set deck. Nothing inserts, just get rid of it. Just clean it up a little bit. Bollard curve, we'll move that to set deck as well because it's still being used. Walls. Cool. What is this cable? Oh, that's from that. Yep. Move that to office. Now we are pretty set. I like our space. I think it's fun. This would certainly be sufficient for illustration for work to give a production designer what they were looking for. Let's turn off bones. Bones gone, so we can see them better. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me again, everybody. I appreciate it. Some good suggestions today too. I think it was improved from the help, and I'll get some views of this rendered out so we can see it, post them up, and we'll start on a new location tomorrow. Everybody have a great rest of your day. Take care, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bye.